A red-hot start to the summer when every United fan bathed in the glory. Time never stands still at the #1 club. How do you replace the irreplaceable? With difficulty. First, United brought in Mark Bosnich. Injury gave Raymond van der Houw a chance. Nick Culkin deputised for him. And keeper number 4 was signed, Massimo Taibbi. We talked to all 4. What does the crystal ball have in store for Roy Keane? Only he knows his destiny. We go back to his roots and the Ramblers. Plus an exclusive chat with the big Dutchman, whose reputation's as broad as his shoulders.
I don't want to say that I'm a hero, but well, I think I've done well over the past season, and people will appreciate that, and well, they're giving me something back now.
To go with every other honour he earned last season, rightful recognition for Alex Ferguson, a knighthood. Call me sir. In the A to Z of Manchester United, the son of a 7 times Norwegian wrestling champion. And the Leeds story, how Manchester United made these creatures feel like a dog with 2 tails. Plus an action-packed first 2 months of the season when Andy Cole got carried away. The Champions Summer Roadshow went on tour to the Far East and Australia. First stop, the magnificent MCG. 70,000 were packed in to see United's new signing, Bozzy the Aussie.
Now Blomqvist. Teasing cross. Goes May. Goes Petkovic. Greening's in. The ball's reached Berg. He's hit the bar. Not sure whether or not it would have counted, but Berg comes close. Now Lazaridis. Lazaridis, good defending from Manchester United, making it difficult. But that's not good marking. Tiato with a header. Good save by Mark Bosnich on his debut, impressing the locals and his new supporters. Easy to play on this pitch. It's very wobbly, but hang on just a minute. Sheringham, now Greening. Well, that could and perhaps should have been the opener. John Greening, golden opportunity. Very seriously, as you would imagine, the Socceroos. Here's York. Neville, and now Blomqvist. Thank you very much, says Jesper Blomqvist. My goodness, he hit that. Petkovic, no chance at all. United fans in Australia are delighted. It's only his 2nd goal for United, and it's, well, beauty. Yes, if you're watching how to execute the volley, you can do a lot worse than watch that. Swap. York, Sheringham. That's a good save. Good stretch by Petkovic. Again, taken short. But, oh, fantastic goal. Nicky Butt. He's not noted for his scoring. I hope I'm not doing him a disrespect by saying that. But Nicky Butt has more than matched Jesper Blomqvist's opener. Another short corner, perhaps this is something we're going to expect this season. Certainly if the results are like that, we'll see it, well, every time United have a corner. That is brilliant from Nicky Butt.
Can it get more emotional than standing to the national anthem, making your Manchester United debut on your own soil, having just completed the transfer of a lifetime?
This way, please.
Arguably, they are the greatest and most popular club in the world, and I saw that firsthand in Australia, of all places. It was my hometown, but I still didn't think it would be as fanatical over there, and of course in the Far East. So they have got that special something about them, and they always have done. What they've had most recently is phenomenal success to go with it.
Of course, being a Manchester United player isn't a totally new experience for Bozzy. His fledgling career started at Old Trafford a decade ago. He made the first of just 3 appearances back in '89 before work permit problems forced him to return home. It could have been Bosnich behind Pallister and Bruce.
Manchester United, number 1, Mark Bosnich.
Instead, the history books will tell you the Great Dane was signed. Peter Schmeichel went on to become United's greatest goalkeeper ever. But when Schmeichel announced he was leaving, Bosnich felt it was time to return.
The funny thing was, at that time, unfortunately, I was injured. My main thought was getting fit. But I would be lying if I didn't say there was a slight thought in the back of my mind.
It was going to take a strong character to replace a legend. Bozzy isn't a man short on self-confidence.
Couldn't look myself in the mirror in the future if I know I'd shirk the challenge of following Peter Schmeichel. And like I said, whether or not I'm good enough to fulfil his shoes, the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see in the future.
Do you think you have to almost brace yourself for the inevitable comparisons after each game?
No, not at all. They're going to come, it's inevitable. But that's not a problem. Like I said, that's just given me the opportunity to be compared to arguably the greatest goalkeeper in the world in the last 8 years, and somebody that definitely, when you talk in terms of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, has to be mentioned. So for me to be compared to somebody like that, it's only a bonus for me.
Oh, a fantastic save by Bosnich! An unbelievable save by Bosnich!
Oh, Bosnich has saved it again. They're not going to beat Bosnich, are they?
United have often found out firsthand just how talented Bosnich is. The summer of '99 was a momentous one for the likeable Aussie. First he tied the knot with Sarah, and then he tied up a deal to follow his best man Dwight Yorke to Manchester United.
What about coming here back up with Dwight? Is that going to help you?
I suppose it will be. We'll be able to play cricket now in the afternoon when we're bored. But it's like I said, you meet many acquaintances in football, but you have very, very few friends, and that's in life, I suppose, as well. And to have a friend here at Manchester United, hopefully, will be a good help. But that's all by the by. The most important thing is to produce out in the football pitch.
Towards Giatto. Manchester City man robbed by Phil Neville. Now Giggs. Now Yorke. Lovely finish. Beautifully done by Dwight Yorke. It was a lovely incisive move. Jason Petkovic looking disappointed. Well, Michael conceded 2 to United in the last game. Well, Jason might concede a few more if United can't open the Socceroos as easily as that. Slide rule pass from Giggs. Time and the accuracy of Dwight Yorke. Finding well. Here's Mazaridis once more. And still, good block. Bosnich made himself huge. Dare I say, Schmeichel-like. Giggs. Oh, that's lovely skill from Giggs. And a good ball too. And here's Cruyff. And a good block. Cruyff back in contention again after a short spell in Celta Vigo. Good save by Petkovic. Play the way out of trouble, the Socceroos, but that's a little bit over elaborate. And here's Yorke and Cole. Unlucky. Looking for the second. Petkovic beaten, but not the post.
The next stop, the club's first ever trip to China. Chinese tunnel announcer had some fun with those hard-to-pronounce English names. Household names, though, even in the Far East. 80,000 packed in the stadium, but there were no Shanghai surprises.
Jaap Stam. The options. Solskjaer is one of those options, and a good effort from Solskjaer, and a fine save by Chu Lang. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But not far. Oh, another good save. Mark Wilson denied. Chu Lang is putting on a show. trying to play their way out of trouble, and it's good to see. Blomqvist has put that to a halt, and now Sheringham! No! Again, brave stuff from Chulang. Sheringham denied. It's certainly worth noting how hot and sticky it is in the Leeds evening. Conditions are extremely overpowering. Blomqvist, now here's Solskjaer. Oh, brilliant finish. Well, the last time he scored was certainly a more important game. A small matter of the Champions League final, but Solskjaer certainly hasn't lost his goal-scoring instinct, has he? Blomqvist ball, Solskjaer's control. Lovely angled side foot. Really is one of the most predatory finishers anywhere in the world. And that's why. Solskjaer. Blomqvist. Solskjaer again. Sheringham must score. Good save, but it's still got in. And Teddy Sheringham has scored on a day when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has also done the same. I said good save, it almost was. Begin to feel a little sorry for Chulang. Had little chance. The European Cup final goal scorers combined. And it crept in the corner.
And so a worthy souvenir from China, the Sharp Cup, collected by stand-in skipper Dennis Irwin. It may just fit in the ever-expanding trophy cabinet. The manager missed the trip. You can't turn down an invitation to Buckingham Palace, a knighthood. Does he now sign autographs, Sir Alex? Even for a man of his experiences, it was nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, yeah, it is. I think everyone who experiences it has the same feeling. I've been here, it's my third time, but you still have that sort of trepidation. It's a wonderful day, nonetheless.
Her Majesty said the treble would never be won again. The chance to prove her wrong was lost when United were placed in a rare no-win situation. A compromise of withdrawing from the English FA Cup to be the country's representatives in the World Club Championship was offered.
Manchester United today agreed in principle to accept an invitation to take part in the inaugural World Club Championship to be played in Brazil.
Brazil can wait. We need them here.
As a result of the commitment, we feel as a club that we have no alternative but to accept the Football Association's offer to withdraw from the FA Challenge Cup competition for 1 year only.
Well, I think it's disgraceful, to be quite honest.
We've asked Manchester United to lead English club football onto the world stage, and they've accepted that challenge, and I thank them.
We have no option. Believe me, we can't go for them all.
England's 2006 World Cup bid may have been at stake had we not gone to Brazil.
I can understand why they've done it, but at the end of the day, the FA Cup's something special.
England is the bid to beat now.
No one wants to see them not getting it.
They're doing England a favour.
We're disappointed for our supporters.
It's not really going to be the same cup, is it?
The FA Cup is very special to me.
We share this love of the FA Cup.
You can't win in this situation, can you?
Exactly.
You can't ask the players to play 80 games. You kill them. We can't do it. Something has had to give.
Back to the other side of the world, and some of the club's most passionate fans got another rare chance to see their heroes in the flesh. A welcome return to the space-age Hong Kong Stadium. United played here 2 years ago. It was rocking to the rafters.
Trying to pick out Cole. He's done well, Andy Cole. And Sheringham, Teddy Sheringham, a lovely finish. The move down the right, Brown and Cole. Cole did the majority of the assistance. And he's taking the plaudits too. And Sheringham's finish, well, it was exquisite. Good strength, good power, and the breakaway from Cole. Look at him looking up, picking out the run of Sheringham, who picked out the back of the net. Cruyff does well. He's on the charge. Still going. Thought about going alone perhaps. Here's Sheringham. And an easy goal for Andy Cole. And the two who combined for the first, combined for the second. Great break from Jordi Cruyff, of course, set it all up. Powerful running. Lovely balance, kept going. And very unselfishly, Sheringham provided Cole with a simple finish. All credit goes to Jordi Cruyff. He must have run 50, 60 yards to work the opening. And that's a lovely little dink with the outside of the boot and a lovely finish. Brown, Neville, looking for the return ball. Brown's got the power, gets past his man. Real chance. Oh, good save by Leonard to deny Cruyff. Mick Leonard denying Jordi. One of the features of United's tour, the heat with which they've had to put up with. But hold on a minute, here's Alex Agbo. Good save by Bosnich, and it's spun wide. Well, it's his first ever game for South China, Agbo, and he nearly celebrated by defeating the European champions. United have been very patient, as you would expect in such conditions. Here's Dwight York. Familiar midfield role, but he's certainly equipped himself well. He's nearly found the goal too. Unlucky.
Yeah, is this just a B team?
Well, yeah, I'm afraid so today.
Is that Ryan Giggs, huh?
Yeah, he's a bit short on trousers today, Ryan. There was some more.
Yes, well, we'll save them for you.
Yeah,
like we always
thanks,
do.
right,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, come on then, gang, say goodbye, Frank. Come on to join the team. Come on. Sanctuary, of course, we know we need loads of balls and we just can't afford to, they rip them up, so we couldn't afford to keep the dogs in balls. So I had this idea that I'd contact United to see what they did with their old balls. So I rang up and I spoke to Alan and Frank, the groundsman. So it all started from there. You know, it's about 10 or 12 years ago. So they said, well, come over and we'll save all your busted balls for them. So that's what I did. And so every now and again, you know, they save them all for me and then they ring up and say, come and collect us. We've got a load of balls and, as you see, the dogs love them, you know. And we can't afford to get them all strip, I mean, and they rip the strip up anyway. Sometimes we can feel the full strip, but, you know, they end up with no trousers on, as you've just seen them.
So is the dream to get them all on Old Trafford then and have a game on there?
Definitely. The 18. We're just training them all up now. We'll challenge United. We've got some good dribblers.
Everyone in Ireland wanted a glimpse of the European Cup when United visited Omagh to support a community so blighted by a terrible bombing. It was a touching trip, but the opposition were a little overawed.
Maybe the throw to United. Keane immediately pops it out far side to Dennis Irwin. He will be a big hero with the fans tonight. The Republic of Ireland international, very classy player. Pops it out far side to Luke Chadwick. Puts it in, right footed, it's Sheringham out. And there's the first goal, only 30 seconds gone. Well, Roy McCready said to Man United, go for goals. They certainly went for it there. Sheringham takes the applause, a very, very simple opportunity. The ball came in and Sheringham, the slightest of touches, and that was it. 1-0 to Teddy Sheringham. Keane has it again. Gives it to Clegg, Michael Clegg, a man who some of you may know from the Milk Cup, puts it in again towards Sheringham. He's got support. He puts it back, an opportunity for Irwin bursting through, has the shot, Cole gets the flick, and it's number 2. But Dennis Irwin got the shot, he can't believe it, it just came towards Andy Cole, and Cole got the touch, and Paul Callaghan again takes the ball out of his net. Jonathan Greening goes out far side to take the corner. Sweeps it in, Callan under pressure, comes to the very back of the ball, in the back of the net. Michael Clegg watched it all the way, the defence couldn't clear it. It's 3-0 to Manchester United. Jonathan Greening in possession. Gets it back again, gives it to Cole. This time he's allowed to go on. Andy Cole. He's already had one. Puts it back across to Sheringham. He has to score it, he does. Well, it was a goal all the way. As soon as it left the foot of Andy Cole toward Sheringham, it had goal written all over it. The double act worked once again. David May in space, front post. Up they go, the header. Andy Cole is there. Michael Craig was the man who got the touch on Andy Cole. The simplest of chances, and it's 5. Looks for the run through the middle, not there, but Keane gives it to Greening, who came off as marker. That's a neat ball into Michael Craig. Craig again in space, an opportunity here. May shoot himself, he does, it's in! Well, Michael Craig spotted the opening, neat ball through for him. He ran right through the Omagh defence. The Omagh team obviously getting very tired in the 45th minute of the first half. Craig just squeezed it in at the far post despite the efforts of Paul Callaghan. Eamon Cabinet. The attack breaks down, gets it to Sheringham. Sheringham a little bit of space, he pops it on through to Chadwick. And Chadwick in the clear, the opportunity, he may cross it and he gets it across. Oh, and it's going to be a lone goal. Oh, that was so hard on Mark Nixon. I've seen a lot of the action for Omagh tonight, Eamon Cabinet. So was this man, Roy Keane. Keane out to Healy, back into Keane again. Can the crowd get a Roy Keane goal? They can't, but the ball breaks very kindly for Teddy Sheringham. And Sheringham claims his hat-trick in Omagh. Well, still his possession. He could Sheringham free if he can spot him. He doesn't spot him. Still on it. The ball flicked through, an opportunity here. Referee looks towards the spot, decides not to give it, instead gives the goal. And Teddy Sheringham again, the man at the end of the finish. A real poacher's goal, that one. Always has the eye for the goal. 9-0 to Manchester United.
It's always nice to come back, and obviously for such a good cause, you know. And obviously there's a big crowd in. Hopefully we raise a good few pounds for the people of Omagh, you know. The club obviously has been a great tradition over the years, the Irish people falling united, and long may it continue.
Is this a good warm-up to the season ahead?
Well, I've obviously missed a few matches now, and I was just happy to get 90 minutes. We have another match tomorrow night against Wigan, and then obviously the big kick-off against Everton. So all these games help, you know, and as you well, it's all about fitness, you know. And again, another 90 minutes, and it's good for the team.
Now, this is your skill level is on Beckham's overlap, should he require it? Here he is. No back cross either. Header coming in. And Wigan was very thankful of the woodwork there to deny Jordi Cruyff. Doesn't get too many with his head, but he was a lick of paint away from 1-0. Beckham looks for Cruyff, now he's onside, Jordi Cruyff. He's got there, and can he finish it off? Oh, well, how did that stay out? The Dutchman can't believe it. And it was his fellow countryman, Aaron de Zoo, that scampered back and did superbly well to save the first goal going in. Cruyff touch. Oh, what a save again. Roy Carroll was equal to it from Paul Scholes, and it keeps United at bay. Cruyff. Oh, well, Jordi Cruyff from fully 30 yards there, having hit the woodwork in the first half with a header. An absolute rasper there, which still he may or may not have got a touch on. Solskjaer had done brilliantly. Referee look out of the way as Beckham picks it up. Plays one in for Solskjaer. Stilly and York got off again. And still United can't force it in.
Tremendous goalkeeping. I mean, he's done tremendously well to get that away. Well, he's encouraged by the first save. He thinks, well, if it's not going to go in the first time, I'm going to make sure it's not going to go in the second time.
Beckham goes for goal.
Oh, great effort.
Scholes. Oh, didn't he take that well? They've left it late, but they finally break Wigan down. And again, it's the intelligence of Paul Scholes that beats Derek Stilley and gives United the lead.
Well, he's tremendous round the box, little Paul Scholes in there. The ball from Jordi Cruyff sees the run. He seems to pick up pace all the time, Paul Scholes, to get away from people. Gets that little bit of extra room. Just picks up a little bit of pace here, gets away from the defenders, and I'm not going to miss from there.
That's a beautiful fight towards Solskjaer, and that has class written all over it. It was Beckham the provider, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, well, when he gets in those situations, you always back him, don't you? And he didn't let anyone down. And then Isaac give the scoreline more reflection, 2-0.
I think he gets a little bit of rub in the green here because I think he might have used his hand. He certainly did, in fact. And he's just pushed it past the goalkeeper.
I think the 6 months of Spain have done me very well, and to be honest, I've had a great time out there, and I come here with renewed confidence and renew illusions.
Yeah, you're glad to be back in Manchester?
Yeah, always. I mean, it's very clear United are the best club of Europe at the moment, maybe even of the world. Who wouldn't want to be around here?
Listen, the serialisation is not a problem, really. It's all the rest of the piece of it. And everyone, of course, and I know you've all got difficult jobs, you can cut up everything you like. Doesn't matter how well something's written in a book, you'll soon make sure it's better than it really is. But it's something I've had to bite the bullet with. I'm not happy with the way it's come out, all the controversy, because I think it's a book that is truthful. I don't tell lies, and I know that's the case. I'm a bit black and white, certainly, and maybe it's a fault of mine, but I'm not going to regret that in my life.
After covering thousands of miles in pre-season, the Premiership started just down the road at Goodison Park and Everton.
Keane. Scholes has seen a hole to run into, picked out by Keane. Paul Scholes, Gerrard saves.
Well, that might just be the biggest save of the match.
Unsworth. Barmby got there first before Phil Neville. Promising this for Everton. Nick Barmby! A bold break from the home side. But couldn't keep it out, and it's taken Manchester United 6.5 minutes to open their Premiership account for the new season.
And it's a top scorer who does it. That familiar smile on the face of Dwight York. They don't deal with the ball. Dave Watson's header isn't good enough, and it's a beautiful little give and go. York just plays it back, and then he's off, and he's fed in beautifully from Cole. Gerrard does his best, goes low to his left, gets a bit on it, but there's enough on the ball. They've picked him off, as we thought they might. It was a danger, and early in the game, that's a hammer blow for Everton. What a boost though, for Manchester United.
And supporting Campbell, waiting wide on the right, but Collins trying to work her way through the centre with the help of Hutchison and Unsworth. Gemmell goes right now. Ward, nice change of direction from him. In goes Hutchison. Beckham, what a pass for Dwight York. That's the second tremendous save by Gerrard.
There's no doubt this goalkeeper's kept Everton in the game.
Dave Watson taking the free kick. Survivor from the Everton team that won the Championship back in 1987. Hutchison! Bosnich's got there, Barmby's in there for Everton! And Campbell! Well, an amazing incident, and Everton have not scored.
That's what makes you champions, Mark. And that's why they are reigning champions. Defending like that. Absolutely superb.
Goal. Fancying a run at Watson and Gough, and he's played Solskjaer into the clear, and it's gone wide.
Well, that was a game right there.
Campbell. Everton's still in it, time against them, but they're only one adrift. Here's Barmby's cross. Phelan, what a story that would be if he could help himself to an equaliser. Unsworth. It's Barmby, unmarked. Goal! Deflected it in. So Everton get their reward for plugging away.
A rarity, Jaap Stam proving he's just human. Of course, in the eyes of every Manchester United fan, he can do no wrong. All together now.
Sing the Jaap Stam song. Jaap Stam is a big Dutchman.
It's a great song, yeah. When I first heard it, yeah, I couldn't, well, I heard my name when they were singing it on the stands, but I couldn't really follow what it was. And well, after a while, I read it somewhere and I understand it. Yeah, and it's a great song. Yeah.
Jaap Stam has to be the all-time favourite song.
Can you give us the clean version?
No, sorry, I can't.
Get past him if you can.
There's a couple of naughty words which obviously we can't use, but I mean, my kids love it.
Yeah.
It's their favourite song. They sort of taught them a clean version of it. And they go in the car, and they're just like, they all sing it.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, it's easy to sing, and so everywhere I come, people say, "Ah, yip yap," and those kind of things. Yeah.
You become like a sort of a cult hero now.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm a hero, but well, I think I've done well over the past season, and people will appreciate that, and well, they're giving me something back now.
Jaap Stam.
My proper name is Jacob.
Jaap Stam.
In Holland they say Jacob.
Yes.
And well, and since I was a little boy, they called me Jaap. Well, Jaapie. It's a
small version of Jaap.
Small version, yeah. Because I was very little. And well, and now it's Jaap.
Got you.
He's been a rock, hasn't he, for them?
Give me 5 famous Dutchmen. Not footballers.
Not footballers?
No.
Well, that's a hard one.
Come on.
You probably don't know him.
Go on, try me.
Jeroen Krabbe.
No, what was he?
He's a movie star.
Right, okay, there's one.
He plays in American films as well.
What's he been in?
James Bond film. He's been in with The Fugitive, Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in that one.
Okay, there's one. Give us another one.
It's a hard one.
Come on, you only on one. You only got one.
Well, you have to tell me that before I could think about it.
2. Well, any musicians, any artists, composers, politicians?
Musicians. Maybe you've ever heard of the Golden Earring. They had a song, Radar Love.
2-0 we are here. Any others?
Benga Boys. You don't know them?
The who?
The Benga Boys. Oh, I don't like the music, but they're quite popular over here and everywhere in the world, I think, now.
We're staying on the musicians here, aren't we? Big time. What about anybody else?
Tennis player. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Who won Wimbledon? Krajicek, yeah.
Van Gogh. I think he was Dutch, wasn't he? I'm not sure.
Okay, you've got 5.
I'm not sure about it, but I think so.
Well, you're claiming.
I'm claiming him.
Stam caught up so quickly there. He is a big and powerful man, but he has some pace too.
Have you got a temper? Away from football?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
What,
especially
a slow fuse, like a long one, then go, or do you fly off the handle?
Well, when I'm working with, when I'm building something, or when you buy something like a cabinet or whatever, and you have to build it yourself, and well, when it doesn't go in one time, then sometimes I throw it away. And and when I play a game with some family, I can't. When I'm losing, I can handle it.
Really, you're a bad loser? That's not a bad thing for a footballer,
That's
though,
not
is
a bad thing, though, but it's, well, sometimes they tell me that I'm a party pooper, or how do you call it?
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Well, there are players out there who do play right on the edge.
I mean, with Vieira the other day, you got a bit agitated.
No, but just he's that kind of player. Well, he tries to kick everybody, and when they kick him, he's getting annoyed and everything. And it's like he can do everything, but the other players from the other team can do nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes that irritates me.
What's your musical taste? Somebody said you're into the old heavy rock and all that.
Well, I like heavy rock. Well, I like rock music like Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi and Metallica. But I like modern music as well. Like nowadays, but I don't like house music. You know, all the banging and everything.
I can't dance to that. You see, that's my problem.
No,
I think it's my age.
I can't dance at all, so I can't dance to that as well.
I think he's been pretty awesome tonight.
Do you do the shopping?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Yeah.
What, round Tesco's with your trolley and all
Yeah,
that?
I do. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
What do people go?
Well, that's a normal life, isn't it?
That's normal. That's normal. Do people go? I saw Jaap Stam. He's got that in his trolley and all.
Well,
that
maybe they do.
He's got a
I don't
Ranji
know.
boom in his trolley.
They never tell me.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I do.
What? Are you any good?
Everything.
Are you any good?
Yeah, I cook a couple of times a week. Yeah.
Come on, what do you cook?
Yeah, everything.
Go on. What's your favourite? What's your best?
What's my best? I really don't have a best meal.
Do you do pastas and all that?
I don't like pastas, so I don't
You don't
make
like
them.
pasta? You
No.
must be the only footballer in the world. Everybody eats pasta, don't
Yeah,
they?
but that's why I don't like it. No, not because everybody eat it, because we eat it a lot.
Yeah.
Before I came into professional football, I liked pastas. But then I came into professional football and almost every day we got pasta, and now I hate it. And it's going the same way with the beans as well, and the baked beans.
Drive you mad, wouldn't it?
Because I like them in Holland because we didn't add them a lot, and now I'm over here in England, and even if we go to Spain, we get baked beans. So I'm getting a bit sick of that as well.
Another treble before the first home game of the season. Ryan Giggs awarded Match of the Day's Goal of the Season. Dwight Yorke, Carling's Player of the Year. And Sir Alex, Manager of the Year. Then it was back to business.
Scholes! Instant shot brings early delight for Paul Scholes and for the very great majority at Old Trafford. It's been coming for some time. Smile that unfamiliar either.
It's been very easy for them this first half an hour of the season at Old Trafford. Out by Newsom. They've still run and run and run. Beckham.
Berg, oh! And Cole and Berg again, oh dear, oh dear. Well, how did Sheffield Wednesday survive? Irwin, Giggs with so much room to find a decent cross. And that's the result. Scorer goes to thank the provider. Just too easy. Sheffield Wednesday have to do something about stopping what Alex Ferguson's side are doing for the Franks. York's third goal of the season. And it was on from the moment this space arrived.
Well, Ryan Giggs can get so much space there. I said, you should really have a recognised right back. You can't give that sort of room. Look, he's had time to set up, have a look. He just picks out Dwight Yorke, and then you think to yourself, well, there's 4 defenders in there. Surely somebody's got to be close to him.
And Sheringham. And it's gone in off Cole. Well, I'll have a debate about that, but for me, Andy Cole got the final touch. With a slightly messy goal, he looked almost a touch embarrassed about it. 3 attacked the play, and Cole, who was just onside, got the touch, certainly. Jaap Stam the stronger, but the Builder not giving up, getting the ball. But Stam gets the better of him. 2 in the middle. Cole!
a wonderful contest across 2/3 of the pitch. Look for Cole. Scholes, it's a nice little ball to Solskjaer. Oh! Absolutely all round the goal. Off both posts and the crossbar in between. We've seen him score from that sort of angle before. That was a triple ricochet.
And I think he comes inside. I think he's going to shape to square it. Tone doesn't read the dummy. Hits the far post after coming off the crossbar and then ricochets off Nicky Butt. I think it was coming in trying to put a ball in the net.
And Sheringham! And Solskjaer gets on the score sheet with the fourth. Little puff of the cheeks by the young Norwegian.
It's Tome on the left who was on the floor and is then playing everyone on. Sheringham lifts it over Cernacek, but also onto the crossbar. He doesn't hit it clean, he's Solskjaer, but after saying he knows this is a game he should have got on the score sheet, he has done.
And there's still time for more to come. Solskjaer!
Now, you may know who put the ball in the Germans' net, but how much do you know about life before it? Now there's the definitive video, leading from when he was baby-faced to becoming the assassin. It's available now.
Here's Kuhl. Good strike. Not over the top by much, and there was quite a lot of swerve in it as he was challenged. Not moving too well. Had a bit of a groin strain in the match at Everton on the first Sunday of the season. Raymond Gouw has to come on to replace the unfortunate Mark Bosnich, who goes straight to the dressing room and clearly is in pain. Bowyer. And so we read that very early. Cole. Dwight York lets it go, scores! That's a really good stop. Beckham. Owen. Scholes. Beckham looks to go. Gets in behind, and Rugby actually inadvertently helps him, and Beckham wastes a good chance. And Stam making a repeat of Wednesday, and he's very capable of doing this. He always used to when he came into the Premiership. Kuhl might have got away here. This is a real chance for Kuhl. Oh, and he's hit the post. Looked almost in tears about it. Off the room for Philip Neville. Cole near post. York behind him! Oh, classic! Goal again, man again, but there was a huge hole down the Leeds left. And once again, York coming in behind Andy Cole. Finds the telling header. It was a really good clip cross by Philip Neville and a fine header as York got round Michael Dewberry. Goal again, still
for Dwight York. He might just have pleased him. Waiting for the cross. Quick word between Beckham and Giggs. Beckham takes. Oh, and he scored this time on the near post. Dwight York. And had they noticed it's raining, this was a lovely curl of the free kick. York was quicker than anyone else and got there ahead of Martin Heaton.
The headlines the following day were not about the game. It was shock news of Roy Keane's reluctance to commit himself to signing a new contract when his current deal with United expires in the summer.
The club made a fantastic offer to me, but I just felt I wasn't 100% sure what to do, and the best thing was to sit back, get the season under my belt and sit down with the club again. And it's as simple as that. And as I said, unfortunately I can't stop the rumours or stories going around, but there's no hidden agendas with me. It's just I want to concentrate this year on playing for United and take stock and look at the end of the season.
Somebody asked me, well, is he one of the best players in the world? I said, I think he is.
That's the assessment of Roy's international manager Mick McCarthy, and few would disagree. His roots are in the deep south of Ireland, a rough diamond dug up from the suburbs of Cork. A quiet fishing village where the blarn is always great. In local folklore, the most told story is of the legend, Roy of the Ramblers.
He could be defending a corner, and split seconds he was on the other end above, giving the killer pass for the goal that would win us the youth games.
He was the only player I knew growing up that actually used to write the clubs across channel looking for trials, whereas most other people I knew were actually waiting for the scouts to come knocking on their door.
Same accent, same haircut. Jamie Cullimore still plays for Cove Ramblers and works for the post office. He could have been Roy Keane.
I was told before the game that there was Nottingham Forest scout had come to watch me, so that didn't do too well for my nerves that day, and I didn't perform that well. But the same day I had a blinder, and the scout eventually ended up asking him would he go over on trial to Nottingham Forest. That was the start of the Roy Keane story.
Roy still sneaks back to see the Ramblers. The name Keane is still on the team sheet. Younger brother Pat plays for the promotion chasers.
Last April we were playing Kilkenny and Roy was in the ground. Like, no one knew he was coming because, obviously if the word got out, he'd be surrounded. But he just turned up the gate and watched the match.
It means a lot to them now. It certainly does. I think when you get somebody like Roy from an area, it gives something else to be proud in. And I think if you go down to Cork and Cove, which I think you are, you'll find there are just as many Manchester United shirts down there as there are anywhere else in the world now.
If nightmare became reality and Roy did leave Manchester United, it would hit no fan base more than his own community.
Man United won't be Man United without Roy Keane.
He's seeing through his contract, and we believe he's not putting any pressure on them. And I think Martin Edwards owes it to him.
What I would be concerned about is that somebody is going to put such an offer in front of him from Italy or Spain that how can he turn it down?
If teams come in from different countries, I will look at the different lifestyles, and as I said, they're the things that probably wouldn't appeal to me. Whereas the football side of things, yeah, maybe I would like a challenge somewhere else. But again, if we can do well this season, I might think, well, this is the place for me to be, because, as I said, I'm on about challenges, but again, there's no greater challenge to stay at United and, again, to hopefully do well in Europe for a couple of years. It's okay, we won a few championships here, but it would be nice to dominate Europe like, the great teams of Milan and Ajax and teams like that.
Of course, Roy could go for free, and that's where the Ramblers would feel rare empathy with Manchester United over the injustice. They were so delighted at receiving £47,000 themselves for him, they forgot to insist on a sell-on clause when they let him go to Nottingham Forest.
We didn't have any agreement on that. We didn't have any agreement on that. Unfortunately, looking back on it, we could say at this stage that we slipped up on that one.
What about if he goes to Juventus, 5% of 10 million, 15 million, 20 million?
That's the way it goes.
You speak any languages? Just a bit of Irish, but I don't fancy going back to the League of Ireland, not quite yet anyway.
Fingers crossed the only time he'll go abroad is when he makes those nostalgic trips back to Ireland. Maybe the Ramblers will be his next move when Roy's glorious United career ends. Against Arsenal, he displayed just why everyone's fighting so hard to keep him at Old Trafford.
Andy Cole against the bar. Very unfortunate for the former Arsenal man.
You don't often see that. Someone get a free header in the middle of the Arsenal defence from across.
He would have gone offside. Kept the ball and very nearly scored from good distance. A lovely reach by Raymond van der Haar. Beckham. Europe. Beckham's pass. Scholes is so adept at diving forward from midfield. It's run back by Andy Cole. Arsenal can Scholes is coming back from offside position. York has the shot. Manninger turns it aside.
That's a save, son.
Beckham's corner. And it was Berg and Cole.
Well, how Ryan Giggs misses the first header is beyond me. As he came in near post, I thought he's a free header, he's unmarked. They got past him, and then Berg comes in behind him. And Manninger again just somehow gets a hand to it. Well, we're 0-0, Mark, but how I ask.
Bergkamp. Ljungberg. 1-0 to Arsenal. And Freddie Ljungberg does it against Manchester United for the second time in his short career in English football. Norrie. There's Kanu. Bergkamp.
What a save. How many times am I going to say that in this half? But that's the tactic I talked about, Mark. It's Henry's ability to win a header. Kanu's strength to hold him off. That's instinctive.
Against the post by Upson. Back for Bergkamp. Trying to power past Philip Neville, but he careered into him.
Well,
so close.
Again. Right off for United.
Manchester United.
Well, like Arsenal's goal, it's a midfield player. He gets involved, makes a long run, and eventually gets picked out. They actually give it away in midfield, but there goes Keane. He doesn't stop his run. Upson decides to check whether he's looking to play him offside. I'm not sure, but he checks after tracking him so far. The little ball played in from Andy Cole was superbly weighted. And yet again, when you look for someone to go across a goalkeeper to really test him, Roy Keane does just that.
That's a fine tackle by Giggs. Bringing the initiative back from Manchester United. Roy Keane gets a second!
Well, would you believe it? The game's deserved a finish, Martin, it really has. But it's a stroke of fortune. It's a huge deflection on the ball, on the shot from Ryan Giggs. But again, they get robbed. Great Parlour get robbed in the middle of midfield. And United just sprung with pace. Now watch Roy Keane. All he does when they win it is goal. There's nothing in his mind but driving and hoping something falls his way. It does. And what a cool head. Nothing but composure from Roy Keane here. As it drops to him, one to steady it, outside of the right foot. That surely must win the match for Manchester United.
Well, the debate about what Roy Keane is worth has been going on in the Manchester United boardroom. His worth today, it seems, priceless. Third capture kick.
No way that will be allowed, Mark. No way that will be allowed.
Well, Graham Toll is running away from the incident to get away, I think, from Arsenal protests.
Well, here it is. It's a great climb by Upson. It's a good hit. It's another good save, but it's not over. Well, you just can't do that, I'm afraid.
Loses it, there it goes back, got it. If Martin Keown had got there a fraction of a second earlier, I think it would be 2-2.
I didn't see if the ball was going in. The only thing I remember was that I had a knock on my face, and from that moment I don't know what happened. I wanted to play on, but the doctor said to me, don't stand up, lay down, everything is fine, don't do anything. So I was a little bit surprised. Then I saw he was asking for a stretcher, and he made a decision to take me off.
I didn't have really much time to anything to go through my mind. Gaffer just told me to get on, so I just ran on, just did what I had to do, really.
It was really a tense moment, though, wasn't it? It was deep into
injury
time.
I know. I thought it was about 2 minutes left, actually, to be fair. But after they kicked the ball and the whistle went, I was quite pleased, really.
You haven't got double vision, have you? You're fine. You can see safe for the next few games, yeah?
Yes, I don't have double vision. Well, I see you have 2 eyes.
A little battle-scarred, but Raymond was back to play at Highfield Road 4 days later. Gordon Strachan felt as though he'd been sent to Coventry after reading Alex Ferguson's thoughts about him. Understandably, there was no pre-match embrace.
Irwin. Right, York. Oh, it's opened up here for York! And it bounces off the foot of the post. Close as we've come to a goal, and very close it was. Oh, that squirmed through Shippo to Dwight York, and here's Ryan Giggs! And it just flashed wide from Giggs. Dwight York. Roy Keane, Nicky Butt turns tremendously, and Breen just whipped it off his toes. Beckham, oh, York, Sheringham, back to York, just wide. But what a quite magnificent move from Manchester United that was. Sheringham to Giggs, Coventry a little stretched here. And Ryan Giggs is bearing down upon them. Giggs is centre, through to Dwight York, who once again gets a decent glimpse of goal. But once again, it wouldn't go in for him. Berg, Sheringham, got away from McAllister but not from Williams. Here's Giggs though, helps it through to Dwight York. Paul Scholes stumbled and just couldn't quite get there, and it was wrestled away by Shippo. United thought their time had arrived then. It still might have, because here is Scholes, and it's deflected off Breen into the roof of the net. Paul Scholes, just on as a sub, scores his 50th goal for Manchester United, and it puts them 1-0 up at Highfield Road. Well, Sir Alex Ferguson knows that when you throw this man on, there's always a chance that this will happen sooner or later. He stumbled a few seconds ago, no stumble then, although it took an agonising deflection off Gary Breen. And the treble winners have finally found a way to goal. Scholes. Teach him a pass, finds David Beckham, who sends it in immediately. Dwight York's header! Sheer brilliance from Manchester United. It took them a while to find the net tonight. But it's all right on the night. It's all Dwight on the night. Coventry simply had no answer to some top quality passing. Look at that from Scholes. If you thought that was good, look at this delivery from David Beckham. Met by Dwight York, horribly unmarked in the box, but clinically finished. York claims his 5th of the season, and it's going to be another 3 points for Manchester United. Indeed, it will be their 4th straight win in the Premiership. Gary Breen. Robbie Keane sliding it through here to Aloisi! Superb strike for the Australian, John Aloisi! And maybe it's not all over for Coventry yet!
Coventry have worked really hard tonight. They've chased every ball down, they've worked their socks off, but I think we matched them. I think that with that appetite, then it tells me that they want to do better this year. They want to go on to other things, and there's always that question. Everyone seems to be asking it at the start of the season, will they have the same hunger? Well, I think we're given the answer to that, and it's good for me to see that.
From the West Midlands to the south of France for the Champions League draw. It's Marseille, Croatia Zagreb and Sturm Graz in the group stages of a revamped format. To win the competition will mean a demanding 17 games. You can relive the opening fixtures in the next edition of Manchester United on video. After the draw came the European Super Cup, maybe not such a mighty trophy in size, but an honour United had picked up before in 1992, when at Old Trafford Brian McClure's goal beat Red Star Belgrade. Back then, United could field their most formidable 11 players, but as the early season fixtures piled up, Alex Ferguson wasn't afforded that luxury against Lazio.
Nice touch by the Czech again. Mancini. And under how it's wide. Stankovic found rather more time and space than he expected. The goalkeeper was going the other way. They're on number 23, hopeful. Oh, what a good strike! Swerved quite a lot too. He just hit a real bomber. Berg. Mancini. Almeida. Salas rather, and he scores! Well, the Lazio supporters celebrate a goal that they might well feel has been coming in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Sheringham leaves it for Scholes. Solskjaer. Sheringham far post, Scholes slightly nearer. Cole nearer still, Beckham's cross. That's a fine save from Scholes. And it ran away from Roy Keane. Salas. Nedved. Good stop. He's done that part well enough. Nedved, Salas, flag stayed down, and Salas misses the target. And so does Stankovic on the follow-up. And neither Chilean nor Yugoslav can quite believe that Lazio still only lead by a goal. Simeone, Mancini left, Salas right. And arm went up again, and the back three as it was then were by no means together. It's a good turn away. Mancini's shot.
You're quite right there. They stepped up and Gary Neville over the other side. The pitch didn't. I mean, that's a great effort by Mancini. And a vital touch that was going into the top corner.
Lazio claimed the trophy, but in reality United were more concerned about the forthcoming Premiership fixture with Newcastle. Newcastle had the worst preparation. Ruud Gullit resigned 2 days before the game with United amidst accusations of a fallout with Alan Shearer. It was an ex-Gallagate hero who replaced the England striker in the headlines at the end of the game.
York allowed to turn, and it's into Andy Cole here. Then Scholes, Cole, surely Andy Cole, goal number 1. Well, I was just talking about the goals Andy Cole used to score for Newcastle United. Nowadays he scores against them. And Tommy Wright hopelessly exposed here by the quality and the crispness of United's passing. Cole and York figuring, Beckham, and the ball finds itself into Cole. 1-on-1, he almost scuffed it with the instep. But Dwight York sparked it, Cole continued it, Beckham's touch on, and Cole's finish undoes Newcastle United, and Manchester has the early advantage. On. Here goes Kieran Dyer, brilliant piece of football, can he finish it though? Kieran Dyer, and a fine right-handed stop by Raymond van der Houw on the first occasion on which he's called upon. Warren Barton, 4 ahead of him, Dyer joining in, his pace again enables him to elude, but he looks a very good player. The ball in, he's played into his own net by Henning Berg, and Newcastle are level from the most unlikely source. Well, Newcastle had 4 men up here, and Kieran Dyer's ability to ride Butt's challenge critical here. He's looking for Ferguson, he finds the end of Henning Berg's boot instead. Still Manchester searching for another opening. Beckham's ball in, Scholes the layout, here comes Giggs now, smacks it across, Scholes over the top. Chances created at will. Away. Ferguson in the thick of things, and so is Shearer, and he'll try and leave Stam in his wake. The Dutchman does well against him though. Shearer's had no change out of him yet, nor out of Henning Berg. There might be something here for Cole. Andy Cole, number 2, takes advantage. Second of the day for him, second of the day for Manchester. They're back in front. And that's what goal scoring is all about. Goals sometimes come from nothing, from the most unlikely situations, and within a minute of the restart, the lead is back in Manchester hands. And Nicholas Dabisas has been dismissed at the same moment for his protest. This early stage of the season, it's a brave man who would bet against Manchester United extending that sequence of Premier League titles that they have. Here's Andy Cole, is this number 3? It sure is! And how the build-up deserved the finish, and how he's deserved his hat-trick against his old mates. Even the Newcastle fans are applauding that one. Newcastle cut to ribbons by the quality of the pass, and you feel for Tommy Wright. He's been confronted 3 times by Andy Cole, and he's come off second best on every occasion. Shearer got in his way, so much so, got away again, and Beckham has tried to chip him, and Beckham from the halfway line, nearly repeating what he did at Wimbledon a couple of years ago. And they spraying the ball around. It's really been a lesson. Gary Neville. Are there more goals in here? It's Cole. It's 4. It's a red letter day for Andy Cole. He can do no wrong. The memories come flooding back of that performance against Ipswich Town, when he scored 5 in a 9-0 thrashing. And he might well be on for a repeat. This is probably the best of the lot. One touch, smack, into the net, found by Gary Neville, he turns away, hits it across Tommy Wright, and it's Manchester United's day, it's Andy Cole's day. And he's simply unstoppable in this form. And there's probably a message in there for Kevin Keegan somewhere. Space opening up on the right for Gary Neville to maraud into. Further down the right goes Sheringham, again 3 in red shirts around the edge of the area. Cole, he can tee it up. He can tee it up for Giggs. Giggs again. It's in. It's 5. And it's like a coconut shy out there. And you really feel for Tommy Wright, who had to try and adjust his position. Look at this, they're just queuing up. It's Cole, Giggs, and it comes back for Ryan Giggs to have a second attempt, and in off the flailing hand of Tommy Wright.
Cheered off the field to a standing ovation, Andy Cole's omission from the England squad was looking more incredible. With his striking options covered, the United manager was more concerned with his problems at the other end of the field. Injuries to Mark Bosnich and Raymond van der Hauw revealed frailties, so United brought in keeper number 4, Massimo Taibi.
Well, welcome to Manchester United, and to announce our signing of Massimo Taibi for Vicenza. And we welcome Massimo, and I'm sure he'll be a terrific addition to our squad. That's Vicenza, Venezia. Vicenza. It's the brain, it's Alzheimer's, it's murder.
Very close. Ma effettivamente era qualche settimana che c'era questa voce, però quando l'ho saputo è stata l'ultima settimana. È chiaro che ero molto contento, anzi non ci ho pensato 2 volte e sono venuto qua volentieri perché per me è una grande esperienza.
Could you tell us a little bit about his strengths? He's a big lad, isn't he?
Well, I think it's important. I mean, you've won. It's good you can fill the goal, you know. But other than that, I mean, the Italian league's the best in the world at producing goalkeepers. Definitely the best. And I think that we've recognised that and moved. You see, the other thing too, is the experience. He's got the experience of playing for a big club, and he had no problem.
And how he would need to be strong-willed. There was no place to hide on his debut in the Anfield pressure pot, alongside another signing from Serie A, 22-year-old Michael Silvestre, who completed his £4 million transfer from Inter Milan the day before. There was no time for the early nerves to settle.
Room for Cole to try and compete for, but got a foot to it. It's Dwight York. And Liverpool hang their heads. It was one of those balls that defenders have to go for, and certainly with Andy Cole positioned in the centre, Jamie Carragher had that problem. Beckham's free kick. Oh, and it's another one, and Andy Cole has made it 2-0. He has had some great moments on this ground as a visiting player, and here's another one.
Great ball, but poorly defended, you'd have to say. You should be set, you should be marking. You know Beckham's going to produce quality. 6 yards out, free header. If you're defending, that ain't good enough. If you're attacking, you'll take it. But that's almost a free header.
Liverpool haven't put together the sort of pressure to play on any nerves of a newcomer in goal.
No, it's been a pretty comfortable 22 minutes for the new lad. One direct shot to deal with, no more.
Here he comes now and doesn't get there, and it's cost a goal, and it's Hurpia putting Liverpool back in the picture. Berger's corner.
It's a handball, it's got to be, I thought.
Nicky Butt, Fowler. Well, Liverpool still have their arms raised.
The song goes in. Well, you can't do that.
The 10 out of 10. Bagger! Oh, the goalkeeper, who is a tall man with a long reach, used the reach to good effect, Massimo Taibi.
Just before half-time, it's a kind of pressure Gerard Houllier wants his team to be certain.
Berger's corner. And Taibi, although it didn't stick first time. Gets the other handling by Nicky Butt, but now it's Ryan Giggs put in the clear, and Vesterveld with an important save, a tug by Thompson on Ryan Giggs, and both sides should have had a penalty.
Well, I have to say he might not have seen the handball, Martin, depending on his angle, but he couldn't have failed to have seen the tug on Ryan Giggs' shirt.
Manchester United in the penalty area. Beckham and Giggs survey the possible. On to Henningberg.
Henningberg got the header, Martin, that hit somebody, rebounded and went off who, I'm not sure. But certainly Berg gets the first header. A brilliant ball in from Beckham, but again, they're not first to it. It might well be Berg, it might be an own goal, it's difficult to see. We'll get an angle here as he wins that hit. Now it's another one. Oh, see any me.
Redknapp. Fowler, just a moment to turn and pick a pass for Schmitter. He's in!
Oh, safe some.
Well, Taibbi
safe some.
Certainly equal to a considerable task then. Oh, he's nowhere then, but he stops the header. Has been uncertain with the ball across the face of it. And here's Berger. It's in for Liverpool. A recovery might yet still be in reach.
It was the usual passionate Northwest derby. Andy Cole dismissed after getting caught up in the rough and tumble. But United showed incredible mental and physical strength for their best ever start under Alex Ferguson. Unbeaten in their first 7, 6 league wins in a row, and they said it couldn't get any better.